box set start. Nice thing. Yeah.
How'd you figure that out?
I didn't. It's updates,
Oh.
and now it works with my draw over screen security and all that kind of stuff.
Fancy.
Yeah, it's fancy, just like me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what you're known for. Sure.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, I'm a Victorian dandy.
I can agree with the dandy part. I don't know about Victorian.
They seek him here. They seek him there. All right, let's get this thing going. All right.
I was gonna say, you gotta kick this thing off for what?
All right. Welcome to another episode of Drake and the Maestro.
I don't even like Drake.
You don't like the Drake?
Hey. Everybody should be buried in snow or consumed by fire.
Or fire.
Too soon? I don't know.
No. It's just a natural part of the landscape, unfortunately. Although I don't know. I don't know if these fires were started by another gender reveal or something. That was last year's forest fires. It was like the big one. Was that last year? No, it was a couple of years ago. It was like right around the pandemic time. They had that big forest fire that was started by somebody setting off like 70 pounds of Tannerite for a gender reveal, which is an insane amount of Tannerite to begin with. The explosion was how they know it started was because the explosion was big enough it registered on the Richter scale. Right.
It's like my neighbor, and she's blowing up all the beaver dams up the creek. I was just sitting there in the kitchen. It's like, did you hear something? Did you feel? Yeah. Do you hear that? Yeah. What is it? Yeah.
What is that? You guys cooking up there? No. You guys building an interocitor? No. You guys blowing up beaver dams?
Yeah, she's like, oh yeah, my husband's out there blowing up beaver dams with Tannerite. Wait, I got two questions. You got Tannerite? And second of all, you didn't call me?
Anyway, that's right.
Yeah. As it turns out, you can just go down and get it from the local farming fleet. Oh. Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Who knew?
It's like in little
Not
jugs.
Me. I want to change my. Well, never
You
mind.
didn't ask.
Let's not talk about Tannerite. Just give me space. Spread out.
No. Faster and funnier, old man.
I'm trying. You're getting in the way.
With the comedy. I think you're getting in your own way.
So I'm seeing.
You can't get around me. I don't know how to help you.
I've been watching the show from episode 1, and so now it's like, it's this great new comedy medical show. It's number 1 in the whatever category. I don't know, whatever. And it's like if Scrubs was a reality show, right?
So
if they did Scrubs like a reality. I like Scrubs. I thought it was funny as heck.
But like I said,
course,
Scrubs was terrible.
Well, I won't comment on it's going to be one of those shows that people will love it or hate it. I think these critics are all wet. But what bothers me, and it's getting to the point of unwatchable, it's called they say it's called Saint Dennis, right? So how would you, a sometimes rational human being, spell the name Saint Dennis?
Well, it would either be the abbreviation ST or SAINT. Okay. And then Dennis would be DENIS.
No, it would not. That's Dennis. Dennis is DENNIS.
Well, I guess Dennis the Menace is spelled DENCES.
N.
Boy, the internet's really fighting us today. We're not fighting with the podcast. We're fighting with the internet.
What's wrong with the internet?
I don't know. You cut out again. Isn't Dennis? No. Dennis the Menace is DENNIS.
And say the name, Dennis. You actually say 2 N's.
Sure, D-nice.
It's Dennis. DENIS is Dennis.
Right. It's right up there with Balake and Aaron. Are you going somewhere with this? Your complaint that they didn't spell it properly.
They didn't spell it right, and it's on everything. It's on the name in the hospital. It's the name.
Here's a crazy idea.
Here's a
wild
Greek.
Theory. Wild thought. Yeah. People can have their name spelled a way that's not differently than it's pronounced. Why are there two A's in the name Aaron?
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Dennis.
But it could be Dennis if they want it to be. It's a name. It can be whatever it wants.
No, I disagree 100%.
Well, you can disagree all you want and be wrong while you do it.
It bothers me because it's not the Anglo. Clearly. It's not the Anglo spelling. It's some ancient Greek. It means
doesn't cater to my
follower.
specific needs.
Yes, it's follower of Dionysus. It's a Christian saint, right? So it's Saint Denis. Supposedly, that's what the hospital's named after, right?
Mm-hmm.
Follower of Dionysus and Zeus, whatever.
Dionysus,
and there could,
I think, is the name.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. See, I got the accent on the wrong syllable, and my tongue is in between my eye
You were
teeth.
cutting out. Speaking of not knowing names, you were cutting out syllables.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that's what I do. Anyway, it just bothers me, and I
think you finally crossed you're too crotchety.
That could be. It could be.
I think you finally hit too crotchety. You've hit a point. You've hit something that is too crotchety that I can't agree with you.
All right. So while we're going back and forth on this, I actually went to the interwebs and looked it up. Here is the let's see.
Say it. Say it.
Dennis. Yep. According to this linguistic page, the original Greek is Dennis.
Denis.
Denis.
So yeah.
So I ranted myself. I wanted it spelled.
You got yourself. You got it all worked up over something that isn't even accurate.
That's right. That's what I do.
You got mad. You got mad that it wasn't the Anglo-Saxon white way to spell it.
Right. That's right. And apparently, okay, wait. There's more.
But wait, there's more. Yeah. Okay, Ron Popeil, hit me.
There's alternate spellings include Dennis, spelled Dennis. But wait for it. Denys, Denice, Denise, and Dennys. Isn't that Denny's?
I was gonna say, I think that's just Denny's.
Okay, so here's my fix to it to assuage.
Wait, hold on. I don't want to pass this up. Does that mean we've been pronouncing the name of the restaurant wrong this entire time, and it's actually Dennis?
Yes. And so from here on, this point forward, when we go
to from this point forward,
we're going to Dennis. Correct.
I like it. That explains a lot about the food. To be honest, if I'm going to a restaurant named Dennis, that's exactly the food I would expect to get. Yeah, answers a lot of questions, really.
So forever now, I can now continue watching the show because in my mind I'll see the Saint Dennis logo. It'll be the Denny's logo for the restaurant.
See,
perfect.
You got yourself all worked up, and what we ended up doing is making it better. You're welcome.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so that's therapeutic. That gets that out of the way.
Hey, your prejudice is showing. Maybe you should work on that.
No, I'm fine. It's good. We're fine. No problems. No worries, mate.
You're just saying the dentist thing, and I'm just like, I know I've seen it spelled Denis. I'm like, I know I've seen it spelled that way in real life, like not even on a TV show.
Yeah, so it kind of even tracks because Saint Denis is a Christian saint, and then they're saying Saint Denis Hospital. Okay, fine. It must be Greek Orthodox or something. I don't know. Whatever. Sure, but as long as I can think Saint Denis, I'm fine. That's good. It's
his nickname. That was his.
So where are you going?
Formal greeting.
So right, Denny's.
Oh, who are you? Well, I'm Saint Denis. Denny's to my friend.
Right, Denny's. Yeah, right. And apparently, we won't get into the contraction because Denny is a contraction, apparently. So
of Dennis.
Yeah, right.
Isn't it apostrophe S?
Well, I don't know.
The
Should
name?
We go to the? Since we're going to the interwebs for this. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think the restaurant is Denny apostrophe S because it's like owned. It's Denny's restaurant.
Which hang on. Oh, hang on. There is a Saint Denis. There's a Saint Denis of Paris.
It's French.
Like Paris, not France.
Yeah, I assumed you weren't talking about Paris, Texas.
3rd century Christian martyr, saint, and bishop of Paris.
Oh. Oui.
Okay. All right. So I'll just take that all back and start over.
Good grief.
So I guess guess I'm just gonna have to take my admonishment like a
take the
old
lumps.
man or a cranky
As
old
you
man
should.
at least. Yeah. So that's the lesson I guess I'm learning, right? You can get on
That's
your
the
high
lesson.
horse, but when you fall off, you got farther to go. Now, I'll
Did we
never
learn something
see.
today?
No, I refuse to learn anything.
Oh, that's about par for the course for you.
Yes. No, I was going to say I'll never look at another Denny's or Notre Dame Cathedral or the TV show the same again. So yeah, I guess I learned something. Like you must know.
Good for you.
Yeah, well, spare the comments about old dogs and tricks and stuff.
And tricks and what not so forth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. So, but since the high horse is still here,
I feel like we should
You
put
know.
that horse in the stable or out of our misery. I'm not sure which one.
it's a rental.
Oh, well,
You know.
Did you eat the horses yesterday?
Nah, I didn't. Enlisted men. No, since I got to bring it back in 24 hours, I might as well just get all the high horsing out of the way.
Yeah, you better ride that thing like it's got a Vicuna saddle.
We had 2 cop cars stuck in the ice on the hill.
Oh, nice.
But on listening on the police scanner, it's getting okay. So I'm listening to watching the Dick Wolf series. This is right, Chicago,
Yep.
everything, and
Scravelly old man, smoky old man.
right.
I never
and
watched
then
Mets,
there's-
so I don't know if there's any old men on that one.
Right. Well, yeah, there are actually. But 2 out of the 3 series at the very least, and the third one, if the security guys are there at the med, they all say the same annoying thing. And I'm starting to hear it on the scanner, on the police chatter too. It's like, copy that. Like, copy what?
Copying that.
Copying what?
Jeez.
Copy that.
That.
Just trying to sound cool. Well, if you're just saying, all right. You know what? I'm climbing back up on the horse.
I didn't know you got off the horse.
Well, I was on my way down and then
Decided
right
to
back
change your
in.
mind?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
If you're just gonna do a simple 10-4, which is 10-4 is 10 code for Roger or
Understood.
over, hunger, done.
Done.
Yes. It's understood, right? There is no accompanying modifier. Okay, so understood. But we've devolved that into this trying to sound cool, like the TV actors who can't do the job they're portraying. Copy that. Sick.
Yes, it's a weird case of art not wanting to imitate life, imitate.
Yeah. Well,
Because
it bugs me.
There's the 10 code. There's also, in military, you either say 10-4, you say Roger, you say acknowledge, something like that. It's more
but
professional.
you don't say
because
repeat
if you
your
say
last
repeat,
if you're talking to the artillery.
right, because if you're talking to the artillery, they'll just shell you again. And it's, mistakes were made, horses were lost.
Yes. And so when I was,
It's
back in my
Terrible
day, the old timers would say
Uh-huh.
words twice. They would say words
Words
twice. You could
Well, that was
say,
back when dinosaurs still roamed the earth, so
yeah, well, you didn't hear too well with the string with the 2 cans on the one on either end. You had
Right,
to say
exactly,
your words
that's what I'm saying.
twice. Yeah.
you had to yell real loud.
No, I'm hearing a lot of plain language on the scanner that, you could sound cool. If you're going to be a first responder, right, you sound cool just saying using your 10 code, using your signals, using your whatever. You don't have to say copy that. And it's starting to really irritate me.
I'm just letting him tire himself out, folks. He's worked himself up into a lather. It's just best if you let them tire themselves out and not acknowledge that they're upset about something.
I need the pan flutes, maybe.
You're gonna need something.
I just when I'm hearing it already is like nails on the chalkboard to me when I see it on TV. But I can dismiss it on TV because they're trying to sound cool. Right?
Do you need me to call you the ambulance? Maybe we can maybe we can get them to copy that.
Hey, all right. Want some cheese with this wine?
You might get it if you're not careful.
So I talked to a cop for what's with all the language on the
Do
comms?
you have friends?
I do.
Oh, that's new. When did that start?
And he's like, he says, well, they're doing plain language dispatch now because sometimes
Copy that.
some people shut up. Because sometimes some of the people involved, like the dispatcher or the officers or whoever they're dealing with, doesn't the codes get confusing. Anyway, it's about as relevant as we're going to get. So
we're very relevancy there, and that's not good. We don't want to go there. That's how you get card and letter and phone call.
All right, so I'm going to climb down off this horse here. Yeah.
Nah, don't worry. We'll take it out back and shoot it just so you can't get back on it again.
Those were the two things that.
Those were the two things. You sure? Right. You sure you don't have any more high horsing to do?
I don't know about high horsing. Okay. All right. Fine. Okay. So, what's with the statement that's creeping into the lexicon of people saying, "I'm not going to lie"? Stop it. Does that mean you are a liar normally? So now you have to qualify it by saying, "I'm not lying." Knock it off. Well, I'm not going. I got to tell you, I'm not going to lie. Well, good. We want a cookie.
It's also, I think it's more of a indication that there has been a lot of saving of feelings.
Oh, saying.
Lying to make people feel better, kind of thing.
I don't know. All I know is it's bugging me.
Okay, Bono. Listen.
Foreign debt.
I had the same argument with a mutual friend of ours' sister who was going to school to be a linguist, and I said language changes over time. Or she would say language changes over time, and I'm saying that's stupid. We do good words now. Why do we need to change them?
Because we're mentally and intellectually lazy. That's what. All the reductions and contractions.
We're gonna veer into relevancy again. We better stop.
Stop it. Well, it's the horse. It just goes where it wants to go. I can't.
We need to put that horse down.
It's really high. It's a really high horse. It took me forever to get up here.
I know. I've seen you. I've seen you on your high horse. It's really high up there. It's hard to get you down.
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to lie. And another one I've seen, this bad boy. Is everything a bad boy now? I'm going to take a socket wrench out of my tool drawer and go, I'm going to use this bad boy. Why? Why is it a bad boy?
It's been around forever. I think it's just now bothering you.
Well, it's getting abused. I'm seeing it.
No, you're just old and you're just old and crotchety. You need to watch more TikToks about the Gen Zers. Then you can have something to hate about. Where they talk about skipping the Ohio Riz.
I watch that, I'll explode. You'll just hear a off in the distance.
A small mushroom cloud forming in the general vicinity of I-70.
Now, first of all, I'm not going to create a TikTok just so I can watch TikTok. That's not.
Well, what do you get anyway? It's getting banned.
Yeah, and I get mixed feelings about that. Part of me is like, woohoo!
I do too.
The other part's like, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, are we just going to dance on the third rail here today? Is that the deal? Is that what we're going to do?
Is this the third rail podcast? Is this the third rail episode where we're just dancing around the third rail going,
and then I'm not touching it. I'm
not touching it. I'm not touching it. And the next podcast is just an hour of silence because we've been canceled.
And barbecued. Some of my favorite YouTubers that do auto repairs and all that, all of a sudden they've started using bad boy excessively. Every part they put on the car is a bad boy. Every tool they pick up is a bad boy.
You be careful there. Your autism is showing.
It's in. What do you mean showing? It's in full blossom here. What are you talking about?
You don't suffer from insanity. You make others suffer from your insanity.
Yes. Fortunately, I have a limited sphere of influence, so the rest of the country is safe.
That's right. I was going to say that's probably better for everyone else.
Oh my goodness! All right, I think that's enough of the high horse.
The high horsing?
I think so. We'll see.
Sure.
We'll just. I don't know. We'll go along here and see.
Listen, if that horse comes out, I'm gonna Seabiscuit it. I don't even know what that means, but I'm gonna do it.
Do it, man.
I'll be showing it to the glue factory.
Well, while I was looking up words because we were,
You were looking up words?
I was looking up words because we've put the St. Dennis thing to rest now, right?
Oh, we put
in my mind, even though, he's like a martyr saint and there's a statue of him holding his head, I think, on the cathedral, the Notre Dame Cathedral.
We all lose our head from time to time.
Yeah. Some of us going to sublimate, others going to adjust.
Is it going to adjust?
I looked up charcuterie because that's another word I'm hearing more and more of. Charcuterie, right?
Well, that's the term for that cheese plate thing that's at every party that no one likes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. But yeah, I know what it is, and it's been around for a long time, right?
It's like the 1800s.
But recently, I've been hearing more. Yes, recently I've been hearing more and more.
You've been hearing more about the charcuterie.
The
Some
charcuterie
of that's
board.
me. I just like saying charcuterie. It's fun. It's fun to say.
Well, that's one of those fun words like bus.
Yeah, hemoglobin.
Okay, so I had to find it. Charcuterie is actually the preparation of processed meats.
It's how you cut the meat and cheese. It's like a type of process.
It's not how you cut it. It's the creation of said meat and cheeses. So a charcuterie would be like a salami or a capicola or stuff like that.
Capicola.
Right, and a charcuterie board. Then
when you start talking about it that way, it sounds like a small furry animal you'd find scurrying across the forest.
Yeah,
look, a charcuterie.
Usually, you only see charcuterie with snipe, so it's very rare.
It's just charcuterie stuff kills me.
So the charcuterie board is a preparation of charcuteries with cheeses and dips.
It's the board they ride across the lake like surfing.
Right. And
you're just pronouncing it wrong. It's not a charcuterie board. It's charcuterie's board.
Oh, well, that's a whole different movie.
It sounds like a movie, doesn't it? It's like Air Bud, but crappy. It's like small. It's like a small furry rodent of some. I'm just seeing a small, kind of like
it's like the surfing squirrel or
but like furrier, like kind of mouse shaped, like a kinkajou.
Okay, sure, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Oh, or kangaroo.
No, I just had to know. And by that definition, little did I know the German dinner, that cultural German, like way back when I was a kid. You just had some cut sausages and cheese and stuff on a board. That was your dinner because the main meal was the big meal in the middle of the day, which is healthier for you. That was a charcuterie board. By other names. Yeah. So it's evolved into
a board by any other name smells just as sweet.
Sure. So now with the Canadian influence and everybody else, that was the other thing with. Remember we were watching? Was it the Holmes thing about remodeling homes or whatever it was?
Oh yeah.
They all were looking for a home. They're kind of going to buy a home or they're going to remodel. I got to have a guest room because I got to entertain. Like, who are all these people you're entertaining? But it was like a big cost upgrade to the house.
Not everyone is a social recluse like us.
Well, apparently not. And I guess with the advent of more and more of that kind of entertaining, and now that people are out and they're making up for lost time after post-COVID, maybe, that's why we're seeing lots more charcuterie boards. I was inundated with recipes on how to create
You were inundated for charcuterie board.
I was. All these different, like all my favorite recipes.com and all the places I go to and for my favorite recipes.
Traversing the tube? Traversing the host?
No. Well, that's where I got. No, I was where I got my recipe for Christmas Kringle, which I haven't made in a few years because I guess really nobody really enjoyed the extra rum that I put in it.
I wasn't around for that. I would have enjoyed some extra rum in my Kringle.
All right, so basically, unofficially, it looks like Christmas Kringle is the precursor to Danish. It's a pastry. It's a sweet pastry. But it's not in a round, circular, anglicized Danish. It's woven in a rope form. You have two.
Oh yeah.
You have
kind of like a pretzel.
Kind of, but a pastry. But there's no gap in between, and then there's filling. So the initial Kringle had like brown sugar, cinnamon. And then, you can add raisins to that. That was very good. I did that. And then I started discovering that you can pretty much take any of your favorite pie filling and make it into a Kringle. So you make the
pumpkin Kringle.
I think it could be done. I'm on a campaign against pumpkin spice, so I'm not going to try it. But it could be done.
Oh, how could you? I mean, pumpkin pie is the best pie.
It is a good
pie. It's my favorite pie.
No, I'm actually...
I mean, a pumpkin Kringle is just a portable pumpkin pie.
All right, gonna have to get the big horse out again about pumpkin spice.
That's not high horsing. That's just how people feel about pumpkin spice.
I like pumpkin and I like pumpkin spice in appropriate measure in the season. Okay, this pumpkin spice everything that's just in the same realm as LS swap everything. Not everything needs pumpkin spice. And not everything needs an LS. Anyway.
You don't like your pumpkin spice air freshener with your pumpkin spice latte next to your pumpkin pie with your pumpkin spice air freshener? Your
No.
pumpkin spice flavored socks or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, just a little too much. So you can just use like cherry or blueberry, whatever kind of
Raspberry,
apple.
boysenberry, snozberries.
You can do apple, and you can do cream cheese, right?
Not
So
even gonna
it's all the
acknowledge
things that you're
Raspberry
accustomed when you go to get an American Danish, right? This the round with the icing on it and all that. That's really just an Americanized, or someone will correct me what this original origin. I'm just going to say it's an Americanized Kringle.
I think it's just a Danish, and I think the Kringle is just the German version of a Danish.
Well, whatever it is, it's good stuff. The dough is really difficult to make, and it has a lot of cream cheese in it.
You're just describing a sweet hot pocket is what you've just described.
Sort of.
Or
only it's roped. Only it's in rope format. So you're weaving those.
Do we need to get you all your food in rope format? Is that what you're telling me?
No, just my Kringle. And then in the open sections, you see revealed the filling. So you're taking these things and you fold it back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah, I've seen a Kringle. I know what a Kringle is.
Yeah.
It's like a hot pocket and a pie had a bastard child.
I enjoyed making it, except I added rum to my, and everybody was like, look at the
alcoholic taste.
Yes. Ooh, look at and then they was like, what is this?
I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna drink.
Well, the alcohol kind of cooks out of it, but the dough is tricky to make because it isn't a traditional like you would make a bread dough or whatever. If it warms up, it's got to kind of rise and rest.
Corner?
Well, you got tired of movie corner, so
Well, yeah, but we got a faster and funnier old man. You're just going on about the pie.
All right,
what the Kringle?
So I don't even remember what it. Oh, so the charcuterie. Yeah, okay. So that's that. You can keep the horse.
You turned into Mark Savage for a minute there.
Well, I was enjoying my. I was. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Oh my gosh, sorry.
Just talking about the spaghetti and the pie and that's so nice. And the dough is so hard to make. It's just okay, Michael Savage, calm down.
The tomatoes are so perky. No, I love that.
It's a nice thing.
But no, that's not what I was saying.
Celine, it's a blave.
It's all right. Horse can stay. Again, it's a rental.
The horse needs to go away. Horse needs to die, fall off a cliff. I don't know.
No, you know what? We'll just keep it going. What is there's this new logging show that I've been watching about these Canadians that are
it's where a lot of logging happens.
Right. And they have a floating barge that has like a big bunkhouse and all that in it. Anyway, the guy that runs it, now you think loggers, right? Macho, tough guys,
Going somewhere?
Loggers. Yes. This guy is the whiniest logger, I think, ever.
If he wasn't whiny, you wouldn't have a TV show.
Well, that's what I want to know. Because is this real or is it a setup? Because the announcer in the show is like, yeah, okay, well, he bought his partner out and now he's $100 million in debt. And will he get out of debt or will it be ruined? And then
the producers haven't written the script yet.
Every segment of every episode is, it's not going to be enough. He's not going to get out of debt. It's like, shut up. And then they cut to the guy doing interview. Yeah, this could be it. This could be it for me. It could be. It's like, stop it.
They skipped to the end of the reality show and thought we would care.
I guess.
Without all the lead up to invest in the care. I watched a YouTube video recently that was, it was talking about a band called Paramore, which is like an alt rock band, and there's 7 drummers. And it was like watching a fever dream. It was such a manic, all over the place. He's doing interstitials in the middle of his own YouTube video.
It's a flash sideways.
What's coming up in the YouTube video? I'm like, how about instead of doing a coming up in your own video, you just do the thing?
Just go.
Just talk about the thing. Instead of being like, well, now we're going to talk about that. Now we're going to talk about this. And then they start talking about something else. And it's like, well, coming up after we talk about this other thing, we're going to talk about this other thing. I'm like, just talk about the thing. Just go into the next topic.
Right. Do the thing. Talk about the thing.
I lost the thread on what drummer I gave up like 2/3 of the way through the video because I couldn't figure out what the heck was happening anymore. Like I'm gonna watch something else now.
We're going to talk about talking about things that we're going to talk about.
Right. I'm thinking about talking about maybe being mad. It's like what?
Yeah.
Talking about maybe Taco Bell. You know, it's just what?
Well, okay, you just stole my thunder on the loggers. Because I'm just watching.
It like I had repressed the YouTube video away from my brain, and you talking about the loggers and the interstitials with the logger just brought it back, and I was like, kill.
Do you need the horse or the pan flutes?
I don't know. Maybe both. Can I get a horse playing pan flutes?
I'll see what I can do.
Okay, we'll have to work that in somehow.
Yeah. I guess there's no point talking about the loggers because you've just topped that.
This video made me angry. I very rarely. I'm trying to branch out on what I watch on YouTube because I kind of you get locked into creator ruts and then you get burned out on them. So I'm like trying to branch out and watch different stuff and trying to do more music stuff because I like music and I'm relearning the bass and stuff like that. And I was like, I can't watch this. This is unwatchable. I just don't understand what's happening anymore. And it's not even that I'm like doing something else while the video is playing. I'm actively trying to understand what's happening, and I felt like I was having a fever dream.
Well, maybe that was their goal.
It might have been. It was written for someone with extreme ADHD, or written by someone with extreme ADHD. Just, squirrel, shiny, squirrel, shiny. Calm down.
All right, I'm going to get you some. All right, you feeling better?
I think I turned to the Tasmanian Devil for a minute there.
Okay. Yeah, by the way, that was the rental horse playing the pamphlets.
Ooh, at least he's got other talents, Maybe he should quit his day job.
It's going to cost extra, though. So,
it's a good thing you're paying for it.
So I guess we'll just move on from reality TV and loggers because apparently it just gives you PTSD. Kind of like the way that Christmas carols on XM were stressing me out.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a bad Macy's Thanksgiving break. Yeah. Okay. All right. So now for something completely different.
Oh man. Oh.
Arrest subjects and their phones.
Huh? So what now?
That's right. My favorite.
We're arresting phones.
My favorite police shows are back out with fresh content now, and
like Live PD. It was prevalent. Well, I guess it's not Live PD. It's
prevalent.
Now.
It's prevalent before, but my goodness! And I'm watching that other channel that you hooked me up on with nothing but the dash cams and all that with police chases.
Oh, Little Rock Hood News.
Which is excellent. It's very raw and gritty and unprocessed. Yeah. It's good stuff. But every single subject, that's
because Arkansas State Police will chase you.
Oh yeah. Oh, they will chase you and they will pound you into oblivion if they can get you. But that's a topic for another day.
They catch you, you're done.
I've noticed every single. All right, so they're all. Can I get my phone? And I've noticed now that looking closely, not only if they're not on the phone when they're getting pulled over, as soon as the cop walks up to the car, they're dialing. Who are you dialing? Who are you calling? You calling Johnny Cochran?
Their friend that's a lawyer. Peter Francis Geraci.
As it turns out, he does bankruptcies, doesn't he? As it turns out, that question was answered.
But it's funny.
Because here's this guy who's weaving through traffic. He kills a family of 7, whatever. They pit him. He pole vaults over. He runs
over a charcuterie.
Several. He's probably eating a charcuterie all at the same time.
That's even worse.
Pole vaults around the Denver barrier and the side. The car flips around. Ends up on the opposite. Kind of slides over. The cop pulls up, gets him out of the car. Of course, modern safety features on modern cars. I tell you what, you do that with a '59 Biscayne, you're done. Hey, you're not walking away from that.
Hey, you do that with a 1980s Escort, you're done. I don't.
Yeah, right. I just modern vehicles, all the safety stuff is just safer. Incredible.
I know people. Okay, the horse is coming back out. The horse is coming back out. I'm taking him out this time. There's a lot of people that say, "Oh, older cars are tougher. They're more safe." Yeah, you know what? They were a lot tougher. Yeah. They were a lot harder and tougher. they can take a hit. You know why? Because you were the crumple zone.
That's right. That's right. You are.
You got injured. Your car buffed right out. Meanwhile, you're in traction in the hospital because you've got a steering wheel in your stomach.
If you survive, because you can have an aortic dissection from a 45
right,
mile an hour.
A basilar skull.
Yeah.
Basilar skull
45
fracture
miles an hour.
Where your brainstem just comes off.
45 miles an hour to a dead stop, that's an aortic dissection automatically. It just pulls apart.
Yeah, you're just dead.
Right. So if the car's rigid, has no crump, no crush to it, yeah, the car survives. And your next of kin will be thrilled.
That's right. They get their free car. Meanwhile, you take your modern, Toyota Corolla, run at 100 miles an hour off an embankment. It rolls 7 times, end over end, lands on its roof, and the guy gets out and dusts himself off. Like, wow, that was wild.
He gets out and starts running.
Right, exactly. Just gets out, dusts himself off, and just takes off running. It's like, you'd have been dead you and everyone else in the county would have died 6 times over by the time the car stopped moving.
Yeah. Well, so what I've been noticing is every last one of them's picking up their phone, they're calling somebody. And it wasn't until I saw a recent one where that was the guy, like I said, the car pole vaults and end over ends and ends up way up, hits the Denver barrier and then ends up all the way over on the other shoulder, crossing 3 lanes, spewing parts everywhere.
He went the distance. Yeah, he went the distance. He went for full. He got a full 10 from the Russian judge.
Oh yeah, he's definitely stuck the landing because the car ended up landing on all 4s in the proper orientation on the shoulder.
That's impressive. That's I don't know if that's skill or luck or something, but that's impressive.
Yeah, like you say, even the Russian judge gave him a 9.6.
Yeah, you get a full 10. You get a full 10 for that one. If you're facing the right way, if you were going one direction, pole vault over the Denver barrier, land on the shoulder on the other side of the road, facing the correct direction again. That's impressive. That's a full 10.
I think the trooper was frustrated because it was such a perfect landing because the guy was able to get right out. And the guy gets out and immediately the driver throws himself on the roadway face down. He's like, I'm surrendering.
That's not going to stop me from tackling you.
No, that's right. That is correct. He got tackled. And then they pull him up and he's like, yo, man, can I get my phone?
Phone? If we can find it in the wreckage of your vehicle, sure.
He's like, well, we're going to inventory your vehicle, and if your phone's there, yeah, you can have your phone. But right now, get in the back of the car. Like, yeah, man, I just want my phone. It's like, get in the car. It's like, I want my phone. That was the struggle, getting this guy in the car without his phone. That became more of a struggle than the police chase.
That's funny.
And he, we figured out who he wants to call and who they're all calling. Now, here's this 30-year-old ish dude who looks like he rules the hood. Yes, he wants to call Mama.
That's what I figured. That's what most people do when they get in trouble. They call Mom. Because if they call Dad will tell them to suck it up.
Well, he probably doesn't know who Dad is. So.
Well, that could be true. I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Is that too profile-y of me? I don't know.
That might be too relevant. So yeah, your description of being tackled on the ground reminded me of a short I saw. It was a police chase. It was actually in Illinois. It was in upstate Illinois somewhere. And it was a motorcycle, and one cop gets him from the back, and the guy's like slowly getting off the motorcycle, and then another cop wedges him in, like he's trying to take off, and the guy's like kind of getting off the motorcycle, but kind of not really. He's kind of playing the will I won't die game. And the one cop tackles him off the motorcycle like a linebacker, just takes him straight off the saddle. And the other cop from the second squad car comes up over the hood of his squad car into the dash cam. And I swear to you, I thought he was going to drop like the people's elbow on this guy. It looked like it was about to be the beginning of a WWE match. Like the way the cop came up over the hood, it was like, and the people's elbow. Well, it's just.
If he had stood up on the hood and then dropped, the people elbow's coming.
He did. That's exactly what he did. He stood up. He just didn't do a wrestling move. He just landed on the other cop trying to help him.
Well, that's a wrestling move. Where you just stand up on the and you just flop down. I guess it's like
a splash or something. Yeah.
Yeah. But
it's just I was expecting him to drop a finisher or something. Just like give him the double tap of the elbow and drop in like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, well, you don't want to people's elbow your partner accidentally. That won't go
It's
down
just
well.
wild. It was just the way the video, it's like the way it was all framed. It was just like, is this? You could have told me that was a clip from Reno 911, and I'd have believed you. Like it didn't
Yeah.
look real.
Another
His nickname
chase.
around the precinct's gonna be Bobby Boucher.
Bobby Boucher. It's my tackling fuel. Tackling fuel.
Tackling fuel.
Coach
Oh man, I'd
Klein
never
says,
I'd never let that guy live that down. I'd be leaving him little bottles of like Coke or something in his locker. Be like, that's tackling fuel.
well, cops are relentless, you know.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, they're just with each other. It's bad.
Do you remember the video that came out? This is years ago now, of the one cop running down the suspect like the Terminator.
Yes. And the dog was disappointed.
Yeah, because the guy outran the dog.
Right.
It's like the T-1000 got let loose
Right.
in L.A. Dude's just running down the shoulder, outrunning cars, the dog, other cops. Because the cop that was originally chasing the suspect, gets out and starts chasing the suspect. This dude's like 8 cars in the back, gets out, runs down the suspect before anyone else can catch him.
Yeah.
I mean, he ran like the Terminator. He had the stiff-armed, like straight leg, like straight-armed hand motion thing, everything.
Yeah, well, that's proper running form. That's a guy like the guy we watched who ran down he was in the suburbs of the hood, and one of the YNs jumps out and goes running into the backyard, and the cop takes off, and he's the state track and field champion. The cop is.
Oh yeah.
And you can tell the young man in the tracksuit thinks, I'm just going to get away. This guy's cops after him like a gunshot, and he outruns the dog as well. And they get there. He's got him in cuffs already. The other cop with the dog, because the dog wants to go, and he's on that long lead, right? The canine officer has him on the long lead, so he can't run full speed. He could for a little bit.
Still kind of tethered to the cop.
Right, he could for a little bit, and the cop eventually, the canine officer drops the lead, but that slowed the dog down. But anyway, by the time the dog arrives, the subject's already in cuffs, and the dog the dog looks so disappointed. Like,
gonna bite him and everything.
And he looks back at the canine officer like, "You did this to me."
It's a combination of "you did this to me" and "can I still bite him?"
Yeah, right. Can I have just a little taste?
A little nibble.
Yeah,
got a little bit of a charcuterie going on here. You know, I got little nibbles.
Yeah. So now we know they're calling Mama. Sometimes Mama ain't very helpful. I mean, to the cop or to them, depending on the Mama, I suppose.
Usually, yeah, I was gonna say usually the Mama shows up. She's got 4 warrants and talks herself into a squad car.
Funny you mentioned that. I was watching one of those where the cop pulls up and is pulling over a Crown Vic over some like minor little thing, and the guy takes off out of the driver's seat like just like a deer, right? And the cop's chasing and chasing, and they're fighting over the cop's taser because he tases him. He's screaming and he's tasing and tasing, and the guy won't knock it off, so he just keeps getting tased. So his solution is, instead of fighting, stopping, ceasing and saying, "Okay, you got me," is to disarm the cop. And fortunately, this was a female too, and she's extremely tenacious and give in and be disarmed, right? Meanwhile, at the ranch, Mama is riding in the passenger seat, and Mama's, let's just say, the spandex.
She's at least 2 rock.
Like,
is that what you're saying?
Oh, that Mama was like a 4 or 5. Oof. The car was rocking, and she was trying to get out of it, and there was kind of that pop, when she got free.
And there was an audible.
She drives off, and she drives off with the car. She drives with the car while the cop's busy.
That's funny. Fighting the sun. No, if the listeners want, I'm currently
she gets rid of
leaving LA.
Wow!
That noise you just heard was my Qualcomm going, or my people not going off, saying, "Hey, there might be congestion ahead," as I'm staring at bumper to bumper traffic.
Well, it's nice to know, right?
Thanks for the heads up, Captain Obvious.
It's like those signs for dip in the road, right? It's what's that sign say? It says dip. What? Oh, what was it? Holy crap! They should put the sign after the dip. So you're driving along, bam! What? Oh, you just hit a dip. Oh, I hit a dip. Okay.
Oh, okay then. There's those signs that in Illinois and in California and Arizona that say, "Oh, rough road ahead." Well, yeah, you could just put that at the state line. Just leave it there.
Well, that's just a given.
Like, oh, this section is the rough part. Oh, okay. This is the rough part, right? It wasn't the other 400 miles I just got done doing. This is the rough part.
I'm 3 spares into it
Gotcha.
Traveling here, and this is the rough part. Okay. Yeah.
I think I got airborne earlier this morning.
Okay, Hugh Roland.
I wasn't intentional. It was dark, and I was going around a curve, and all of a sudden I just I'm like, what in the world just happened? My truck's throwing stuff at me. Why is that sign there?
Just to let you know. Just confirm your suspicions.
Oh, this road's awfully. Oh, there's the sign. Yeah, this road's awfully rough. Well, there's the sign. Yeah, I guess I'm correct.
Has the horse thrown a shoe here? I don't understand. It's off. Oh, rough road. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
No. Yeah.
It's like the deer cross. Did you ever hear the clip of the lady that called in about the deer crossing signs? She called into a radio show or something.
I got a vague memory of that. Yeah.
She called because she calls in and was like, "Well, why do we have them crossing there? Can't we have them cross somewhere less busy?"
Right. That was it.
That's not what those signs mean, ma'am. Those signs are there to let you know that that's where the deer cross. And she still didn't get it. So, well, right, but couldn't we have them cross somewhere else? Like, no, we don't get the pick.
Yeah. Yep. We gotta say adios. We're out of time.
Oh. Oh my.
So
time sure flies when you're being angry.
Thanks. Yeah, it's riding the high horse. That'll do it. So
really
say bye to the rental horse. I'll see you.
Bye, rental
maybe
horse.
We'll see you next time. I don't know.
Have fun becoming glue.
Right. Yeah. You don't think they would glue the high horse that can play the pan flute? You think you'd send them to glue effect? Yeah, they would. Rental horse. What are you gonna do?
I mean, that's really good. That's really high quality glue, man.
So thanks to everyone for listening. Thanks for the new subscribers from the new countries. I'm amazed. Just amazed.
You know who you are.
Yeah, you know who you are. Especially you guys at the listening post, And want to thank all the military guys that continue to listen. Thank you. Thank you for what you're doing out there. And you people who have been decimated in California with the fires, we just hope you get the support you need. Don't know.
You've almost triggered another high horse. You almost brought the high horse back. You're triggering a high horse here.
All right. Well,
decimated means
we'll just say thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to Drake and the Maestro, the source of eye rolling internationally.
That's right.
With that, we have to say adios.
Arrivederci. Hasta la vista.
Adios.
Adios, muchachos, caballeros. Will you get out of here?
No, decimate something means to reduce it by 10%. They're not decimated. They're getting destroyed.
Yeah,
it's a different D word.
Yeah.
Got given to me by someone I used to work with. And once that was revealed, like once that change happened in my head where I realized he was right, it's like now I just get mad whenever I hear it in books when people say it. It's like, it's not decimating. Unless they reduced it by 10%, it's not a decimating, it's just getting destroyed. Just use your thesaurus, you heathens.
Yeah, well.
Horse came trotting back, I'm sorry.
And you did not get the collision damage waiver either, so.
That's right. So you'll be liable for any damages to this poor horse.
So here's your extra bill.